Okay, so you know the scene, right? The whole world is celebrating. Fireworks are lighting up the sky, champagne is flowing, and everyone's chanting about fresh starts and new chapters. And as that calendar flips, this huge global wave of resolutions just takes off. But what if for you, that big wave just feels like a tiny, distant ripple? Yeah, let's talk about that feeling.
So while everyone around you is just buzzing with this energy of a brand new beginning, you might just feel, well, nothing. Just this kind of detachment from all the hype. And it is so easy to start wondering, right? You start asking yourself, am I a cynic? Am I just down? Is there something, I don't know, wrong with me?
Well, guess what? Psychology has a completely different answer. You are not broken. In fact, that feeling, it might actually be a sign of a really rare and powerful trait. It means you're likely immune to something called the fresh start effect, probably because you've already developed what's known as temporal autonomy.
So to really get a grip on why you might feel so detached, we've first got to understand how most people see time and change. It's this fascinating psychological thing that just sweeps up millions of us every single year. And this is it, the fresh start effect. You see, for most people, the brain likes to chop time up into these neat little episodes. It sees a date like January 1st, or heck, even just a Monday, as what psychologists call a temporal landmark. It's like a clean break, a line in the sand. It lets people mentally separate their old, imperfect self from the new, perfect self they're aiming for. It's a really powerful mental trick, for sure.
And when you think about it, the implication here is pretty wild. People are basically waiting for a permission slip from the universe to start improving their lives. It's like they need the date on the calendar to change before they are allowed to change. To put it simply, they're outsourcing their willpower to the calendar.
And this chart, it just lays it all out, doesn't it? Take the classic January gym rush. You see totally normal attendance in December, and then bam, a massive spike in January as all those resolutions kick in. But then, well, look at February. It just crashes. It's the perfect proof that motivation tied to one of these landmarks can be super intense, but wow, it is incredibly short-lived.
But that's not you, is it? You probably have a totally different way of thinking. So now, let's dig into your approach. This fundamentally different way of looking at how change really happens.
See, you don't operate on what we're calling calendar time. You're on continuous time. You just get it, deep down, that January 1st is just another day on the calendar. The Earth keeps spinning, and that doesn't magically change who you are. What does change you are your daily, consistent habits. For you, time is just this unbroken, continuous flow.
So that feeling of being an outsider, a lot of it comes from watching everyone else put on this big theater of change. You know, the resolutioner sprints like crazy in January and then just stops cold in February. But the continuous improver, that's you. You just maintain a steady, unshakable pace. You know that real, lasting change isn't some dramatic spike on a chart. Nope, it's a long, flat line of consistency that just keeps going. Okay, so what's the psychological root of all this? What's the deep-down difference? Well, it all comes down to a core belief system you have about where control really comes from in your life.
And this concept is known as your locus of control. Just think of it like a spectrum. On one end, you believe you're the driver's seat of your own life. On the other end, you feel like outside forces are the ones steering the wheel. So this is really what it boils down to. Two totally different ways of seeing the world. On one side, you've got the external locus of control. This is where you feel kind of like a puppet of circumstance, right? Your motivation is tied to outside events, like a holiday or a specific date. But on the other side, you have the internal locus of control. And this is the belief that you are the one pulling your own strings. Your motivation comes from inside, from your own drive, and you know for a fact that your own actions, not some date on a calendar, are what really create your success.
All right, let's wrap this all up. If you're that person who feels kind of out of place when all the confetti is falling, listen up. Don't fight that feeling. Your sense of detachment isn't a weakness or a flaw. It's actually a sign of psychological maturity. It's a strength.
What that feeling really means is that you've graduated. You've moved past needing permission from the outside world or waiting for special days to build a special life. You don't need the so-called magic of a holiday because you already understand a much deeper truth. You are the cause of any effect you want to create in your world. And that, right there, is the ultimate reframe. For you, New Year's Day, it's just another day. It's just a Tuesday. It holds no more magic, no more potential for change than the Wednesday after it or the Monday before it.
And you know what? For someone who is truly in control of their own life, that is exactly how it should be.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Are you the type of person who waits for one specific day to set resolutions? Or are you the type who just recognizes that every single day is an opportunity and you just keep going?